Sometimes, when God starts changing your life, it doesn't feel like clarity. It feels like interruption. Plans you were certain about begin to fall apart. Things you worked hard to build start to feel heavy. And the life you thought you wanted no longer feels right in your spirit. And no one really prepares you for this part. The part where you're trying to hold on to what's familiar while feeling pulled towards something you can't fully see yet. You pray for direction, but what you receive instead is disruption. And now you're left asking, God, why does this feel harder, not better? Because when God starts changing your life, He doesn't always give you the full picture. He asks for something first: surrender. And surrender is not easy, especially when you've spent so much of your life trying to hold everything together, trying to be strong, trying to make things work, trying to control outcomes so nothing falls apart. But what if the very thing you're trying to hold together is the very thing God is asking you to release? There comes a moment where you realize you can't keep forcing what no longer fits. You can't keep pretending things feel right when deep down they don't. You can't keep carrying what's been quietly draining you just because it once made sense. And that realization, it doesn't feel empowering at first. It feels heavy because now you have to face a truth you've been avoiding. Something in your life needs to change. But here's what we often misunderstand. God doesn't disrupt your life to destroy it. He disrupts it to realign it, to bring you back into a life that reflects who you're truly called to be, not who you had to become to survive, not who you became to meet expectations, but who you were always meant to be. And sometimes that requires Him to remove your certainty so you can finally learn to trust Him. This season you're in right now, it's not asking you to figure everything out. It's asking you to trust what you don't understand yet, to move without having all the answers, to release without knowing what comes next, to believe that even in the confusion, there is intention, that even in the discomfort, there is direction, that even in the silence, God is still working. And this is why Dream Life Diaries exists, because this part of the journey is often the quietest, the least understood, the hardest to explain. You don't look broken, but something inside you is shifting. You're still showing up, but something no longer feels the same. And you don't need someone to fix
It's in
you.
these quiet moments.
You need someone to remind you. This is part of the process. So if your life feels uncertain right now, if things feel like they're falling out of place, if you're questioning everything you thought was stable, stop for a moment. This may not be things falling apart. This may be things falling into alignment. If this message spoke to you, comment below. I trust God's process. Like this video if this is where you are right now. Share this with someone who feels like life doesn't make sense anymore. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Dream Life Diaries. Because this is more than a channel. It's a space for the woman learning to trust God in seasons she doesn't fully understand. And if this message resonated with you, the next video I want you to watch is the quiet season before your life changes. Because what feels like interruption is often preparation. Remember this, when God starts changing your life, He will challenge what you trust before He reveals where you're going.